Hello everyone, my name is Rainer and welcome back to another episode of Luxury Utopia in Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode we flew to Toxazon with nails and we made sure that we have a base in here, so we have at Atmosuit docks, we have a mess hall which should become a great hall once this is warmed up. We have a toilet, we have a place to sleep, and we have food for a while. We have 83 days of food. Um, in the in this episode, I want to make this a bit more stable. So we need to have a little bit more here, like a exosuit forge. Otherwise, our exosuits are gonna break. And we also need a little bit more morale because Nails now has 8 morale. So yeah, Nails cannot take that many more skills, otherwise she's going to be stressed quite a bit. And she has a couple skills that we don't really need, I think. We need mechatronics engineering, we need field research, and we need some digging. I think even super duper hard digging in order to work on these volcanoes. So at the moment we have 4 volcanoes inside. We have the gold volcano, which is idle, which means that it can erupt at any moment. We're not going to touch that yet. We have here an aluminum volcano, which is dormant, so we can definitely go there. We have another aluminum volcano, which is also dormant, and this is probably going to be the first one. It's the most accessible one. And now we have a gold volcano here, which is also dormant. So that's really nice. 3 dormant volcanoes and 1 active one, although it's idle at the moment. We should also have a copper volcano somewhere, but I have not found it yet. We have this saltwater geyser, which we're not using yet. So, we have a couple things to do, as I said. First off, I want to make sure that if we have broken atmosuits, 46%, 100%, if this breaks, I want to be able to repair it. So in the rocket I don't have much space, but what I can do, if I build an exosuit forge, I mean I can just make it here somewhere and then connect the cable to it, and then we're already good to go with that. So that is the first thing. Second, I noticed we have an issue. This storage bin, last time we went here, was filled with oxalite. And if I look here, I see that this bin has a priority of 1, which most likely means that my duplicants, last time the rocket was here and we were refueling it, they took out all the oxalite and they put it in those 2 bins, which is not perfect. It basically means that our rocket is slowly losing gas pressure. Now, it's not really that big of an issue because we have almost 3,400 kilograms of oxygen in our tank here, which we can use. We are already using it to fill the exosuit. We can also use it to fuel the inside just by adding a vent here. There's an additional issue, and the oxalite was actually deleting also the carbon dioxide, and now it's not doing that anymore. So we are picking up a bit of carbon dioxide, which I want to make sure to get rid of. That means we have to make a bit of a setup. Before we can do that, we need to clear a couple pipes, otherwise there's no room to make a setup. Let me see. We have all of that. We just need to clear out all of this stuff. So shouldn't go to waste. But this is only gonna be in here. And then I cut off this piece. Wait, what I can actually leave this loose. And then I add a vent. I can add one here, and then this will actually just empty out. Yeah, that's maybe better. So I make a vent here, let's make that at a higher priority, and then it will just empty out. That is okay. And then this bin can go. Let's also make that a higher priority, deconstruct. because we will need to make a pump for the gases, and this is the best place for that, I guess. This bin is not used. This painting has to go, deconstruct, and I want this mess table to go. We have another mess table, so Nails can use this one, and this one I just want to deconstruct. I need to have some room here to work with. Alright, so if we start pumping out stuff from the bottom here, of course we have an issue, because we will pump out everything, and that's not what we want. So we want to pump here, so this pump is going to run, and then we want to make sure that we filter the oxygen from the carbon dioxide in such a way that we can vent out, why is that here? Vent out the carbon dioxide to the outside here. So what we're going to do, we have a gas pipe element sensor, which we're going to place. Yeah, I don't need this much space actually. Oh well, we have a lot of space now. Gas pipe element sensor we're gonna put here. Then I want to have a high pressure vent there. Out of gold, fine. And then I want to have a NOT gate, which means that if I detect something else as oxygen, then I want this vent to open up, because this also has an automation connection. So we're gonna do automation wire to the side, and then we need to have a NOT gates like so. So we set this to breathable gas oxygen, and that means does this mean I pump out oxygen? Wait. Sends a green signal when the selected gas is detected. So I don't even need the NOT gate actually. Okay. That's just... So if I detect gas, if I detect oxygen, I open it. If I detect something else, then I just leave it. Okay. Alright, it's even easier. I totally misunderstood that. So our oxygen will just leave there. And then our carbon dioxide we just bring back down. That's it. Okay, that is almost too easy. Let's remove the rest here. We can also remove the gas fan, so... and then actually we also need one more thing, because we need to make sure that this room stays filled. Which I can do like that, but this is a high pressure vent. I think I'm just gonna add a normal gas vent in here. Why can I not build that there? Let's build it here. This is okay, fine. Let's make it there. Because otherwise it will just go ahead and vent until it's 20 kilograms of oxygen, and Nails is not gonna be happy with that, so I'm not gonna go that far. Alright, so now if we have some room here, can I... Because I think if I make a statue here, because this has become... So right now we have a mass holes +3. I want to make this a great hole. But for that I need to add some decor here. Okay, this is already pumping. And you can see that the oxygen is released here again, and the carbon dioxide is pumped out. I'm just gonna let this pump forever because we have plenty of power. It's not gonna be an issue. And this room can heat up a bit, that's also fine. It's still way too cold. Then the last thing I want to add in here, a metal block. Let's make a golden block here. Actually, we don't need to remove that. Furniture, a metal block. Let's add it here, a golden block. Alright. Now Nails is sleeping. I hope once this is in, it'll be a great hole. But we'll see. Hey, it's a great hole. +6 morale. Nice. That... Wait. My material just flew outside. Okay, fine. That gives us already a bit of extra morale, which is very nice. Okay. Can do some extra digging, because digging is something Nails likes anyway. The next thing, we have to make this exosuit forge. That's gonna be the next priority. Let's make this as an 8. And then what we actually are going to do is we're going to use the plants that we have here. We have here a tree, another tree, some hexalins. We can use that to make a nature reserve. So how I'm going to do that, I'm just going to add doors until I have a room. So let's say as a 6, I'm going to do like that, this. These doors are very good because they only use 100 aluminum ore, and if I make tiles, they're also 100 each. So this is actually a lot more efficient if you think about it. Okay, and then once this is out and this is out, I can add 2 more doors, and then I should be fine. We need to finish this room off, so we are going to add a tile there, a tile there, a tile there, and a tile there. I guess I should change this because I need to also add in a park sign. So I'm gonna do it like this, and then in, I think it's furniture, at the bottom there's a park sign. I'm gonna add that there. And that should be sufficient once all the doors are in and stuff. That should be sufficient to make this a nature reserve. I mean, this is already, yeah, this is already 23. That should be fine if I have all of these. And then I'm just going to open up all the doors. And then every time Nails goes to the rocket or back out, she will get the +6 buff. Because the nature reserve is, again, +6 morale. So that's going to be very, very useful. So here we are, nature reserve is done, as I said, with all doors, and all doors are open, so it's not really limiting our movements. We can actually walk on these doors, so that is really nice. So this is going to be an additional +6, and Nails is always going to go through here, so that's perfect. She's now at 21 morale, and that actually means I could go all the way to here, but we have rocket piloting, we don't need really. Astronomy we don't need. I mean, this is not bad to have, but then I need those two. I think I'm also going to install a skill scrubber before we're going to do something with the mechatronics engineer. And before we are going to do that, I want to make some extra batteries, because if we use this battery with this heavy watt wire, then actually our cables in here, they will overload because they're connected to the battery. It's not super obvious, but they are connected. So yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but it is what it is. What I'm gonna do, and this is also a little bit of a, can you call it? It's not really a cheat or something or a bug, but it's probably not intended, let's say it like that. I'm going to use the space batteries here. So what the heck was that? I want to do it like that. And then we're going to dig up. I also need to dig away this. And then let me see. I think we don't have a ladder about here. I think I just need to do that one. So, but let's see. This is all as a 5. Let's do this as a 7. I want to make sure that this is all dug out before we do something else. And then I think probably want to go up here, because I want this to be all freed. At least this. And then at some point I want to make a roof here, where we also again with a heavy watt joint plate go through. Alright, that is allowed. So now we go for the rocket platform, and I want to add it there. And this should be built rather soon. And then we can start digging out more. And I think the battery, we can see it actually here, is 3 wide and it's in the middle. So the last 2 positions are not important. So we just want to dig out this here actually. I am gonna do it like that for now. Can I get up here somewhere? I guess I can go like this. If I dig out that one, can jump up. I should be able to do like that. And then we dig out this here. I guess this one you can also do. Yeah, I want to do the minimum work to get this all freed up. So that is an 8. These can be 6, and this can also be 6 here. Alright, that rocket platform is done. It looks a little bit weird, of course, but should be fine. We can empty out this. And then after those 3 are gone, we can do this. Whoa, 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 move here. Okay. When those 3 are gone, we can build a new rocket, but we're not gonna make an engine. You can actually just make battery modules. And I'm gonna make them out of aluminum ore because that's just lying around everywhere here. And let's make them at a high priority. Let's add some up, and you can see they're in the middle. And this ladder is on the perfect spot. So let's make a ladder up here, because we will need it. And once this is gone, we can start making more room. Okay, that is all down. Then we can remove this. Okay, let's make some more batteries on top. Yeah, I guess this is the layer where we want to stop. So we don't have to do that. But what I do want is, of course, these wires need to go on. And then I need to go up somewhere. And I think I'm just going to do it like that. And then we need to have a joint plate, like so. Is this a conductive? No, it's called amalgam. Like so. And then we are going to make some insulated tiles to draw the roof here. Is this... It is not the it's whatever. It's okay. So in order to be able to build this, I cancel that build, and then I make some ladders over. And we need to go down here a bit. So this is going to give us a lot of power to work with once we are making the volcano tamers, because we will need to use a thermal aqua tuner, and that uses quite a bit of power. So anyway, that is that. And now we can look at the volcanoes. Still dormant, still dormant, still dormant. And this is overpressuring, so this one is actually trying to erupt, but it has no room. Alright, what we're gonna do here. I think what I'm gonna do is this ladder is going to go down. And then I'm gonna go back up here, so that the water has a little bit of room here to settle. I will drag the water down, which means that we don't get gases in here. Like so, and then we can go up. We can actually start drawing what we want to do here. We want to have insulated tiles, igneous rock. We want this volcano. We need 4 high, so we're going to go 4, then over, and we need some room here to do stuff. Same here. So what do we want to do? We want to make an auto sweeper out of steel. We're gonna make that, let me see, that's the volcano. We're going to make that here. This is gonna make sure that we can pick up everything. Okay, it doesn't see anything because there's tiles, but it should be okay picking up everything. We'll see that later on. But it is right next to the volcano, so it should be okay. Then we need to have the thermal aqua tuner. So let's set that up here. And that needs to have a liquid pipe thermosensor right here. That can be out of gold. Then we need a conveyor shutoff for sure. Let's make that like so. Conveyor loader out of steel, also like so. And I'm missing a thermo sensor for the rails. Am I? Oh, I am researching that. It's just taking a while. Conveyor rail thermal sensor. This is the one that I want. Alright, so that is a bit of the dimensions. Then up. I'm going to make... wait, this is gonna be like here. This is gonna be locked off. I'm gonna make a vacuum chamber here, so we don't have any heat transfer. But I want to also make sure that we get some power over, so we have heavy watt joint plates. Like there, we want to have one there and one here. Yeah. So this one, cancel and cancel. I'm gonna make this one, and then this one. And then we just need power wires, and those can all be those, but all aluminum ore. So I'm gonna connect all of these. This is gonna be for the top room, where we have the steam turbine. And then here, this all needs to be connected, let me see, like so. And then down here, should just power everything. What I want to do, however, I want to make sure that I leave as many as possible things here, so we can build the top part. So I want to dig out these layers. And then I want to prioritize, oh, it's actually already prioritized. This stuff, this, and this. The outside layer. That's the most important stuff. Auto sweeper is fine. I need to dig out these as well. And so here also we can make this all an 8. This is an 8. Once we get in here, we want to do that all of that. So we have a little bit of water in here, but that should be fine. In the end, we do want some water in here because we need to make this a steam room. So this is all fine. I just want to make sure that this is all gonna be built. Actually, you can make all of this an 8. It's fine. As long as I leave this layer here, then nails will be able to stand on everything and everything will be reachable. Typically, if you make something 4 high and you stand on the floor, you cannot reach the top. Okay, here I want to be very careful because she can trap herself. Okay, she's going up. Nice. Yeah, once I make this a vacuum room, what I actually can do for now, because I don't want to walk too much, so I'm gonna set up a dispenser here. And I do this everything sweep only. So once I start sweeping, I'll just drop everything down here so that I don't have to walk too far in order to get the stuff out. Yeah, so that is all out. And now we can say we want to have igneous rock, 2 more of those. We can reach that, and then 1 more here. And then that should already be good to go. Now we really need to start opening this up. This is still dormant. That's nice. Still dormant. Still dormant. Okay. I mean, I take it. How's this? Okay, and it was idle. Okay. Still not dormant. I guess what I can do is YOLO this and open it up. Or do I want to build the rest first? Just to make sure that I don't mess up. Let's see, conveyor rail. Let's make those out of... That's just a gold amalgam, just to be sure. Although they don't really melt, right? I mean, whatever. Just gonna make it a gold amalgam. We're gonna like this, like that, like this, over, like that. These two I need to make out of steel. Then we go over here, over there, then we go here, and then I want to jump over that. And if it is still too hot, then I want to go here, and this will make sure that the cycle that is here already gets priority, because nothing can leave this if it's already full. Perfect. I'm not gonna make the metal ones yet. What I can do, what I didn't do yet, is the conveyor rail thermal sensor out of gold. I'm gonna make it there. Perfect. Oh wow. Yeah, we need to have mechatronics engineering. So I think it might be time. This is no microsuit. It might be time to add in the skill scrubber. Gonna do it like here. Let's just set it up here. And then make a cable like that. Just so that we can scrub nails. Because we need mechatronics engineering, and that's gonna be a little bit too much. Let's go in. And this will just reset all of the skill points here. The skill points will still be there. I don't know how many I used already. Quite a bit. But I can just redistribute them. So they are cleared in the screen, and then I can just make them as I want. Alright, almost done. There she is. A little bit dizzy, I guess. Hungry. She is hungry. Let's add some skill points again. So as you can see, it's all empty again. What I want to do is we need digging, because these volcanoes are typically covered by obsidian. So yeah, I just need to do this. That's just necessary. Next thing that's necessary, I need field research, because otherwise I cannot analyze volcanoes, so I need that. And also for all of the rails, I need mechatronics engineering, so we're going to go into that as well. And now we have 18 morale and 18 morale need. So yeah, that's close, but it does seem to work. So nice. Let's go, Nils. You were hungry, you said. Schedule. How is this looking? Yeah, you have a little bit of extra time. But now we should be able to... Nice. We have some water here. That is actually a bit much, if you ask me. 300 kilograms. It's gonna be divided by 4. Utilities. I want to add some temp shift plates to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Obsidian? Why is there no obsidian? Oh, there we go. And I want to have one here. Yeah, let's just do it. If we have too much water in here, I'm just gonna dig out a bit so it can drop down. Okay, here we go. Still dormant, and this is gonna be the most important bit, I guess, after building those 2 tiles, but let's go. And then Nails should go to this volcano and start analyzing it. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. So while we're analyzing the volcano, I want to add some more rails. We need to have 2 steel rails, because the aluminum is going to come out here, and if we don't make the steel, then it can be that it immediately melts. For this one it's the same, it just drop here, so there's a big chance that it would melt as well. And then we just do it like this, so that it's connected, and this is still steel. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Last bit. And there it is. Aluminum volcano is ready. Next activity in 26.5 cycles. Eruption average, so this is when it's erupting, is 443 grams per second of aluminum. And this is over the whole lifespan, so also when it's inactive, it's very long active actually. But on average we get 1 kilogram of aluminum every 4 seconds. So it's not a lot, I think. This doesn't seem like a very Like a volcano that gives a lot of resources, but it's better than nothing. I mean, this is free refined metals, so this is good anyway. Alright, so now the power is in. The automation is in. Shipping, still to be built, but I think it's all in. The thing that we're missing still is the liquids. So what I want is I want to have some liquids through here. Actually, I'm not going to use the liquids to cool this room. We just need liquids to cool the steam turbines for each of the refined metal volcanoes. So we're going to use some insulated pipes, igneous rock. Let's make that as an 8. We have to go through this sensor in here. Then if the liquid is cold enough, then we just move up here. Is it not cold enough, then we move, then we have to go over, because it's not going to go in here. Then we go over here, and then we jump there. And that also means that this stuff has to come from there. Then if we want to add a liquid reservoir, something like here. Yeah, let's make it here. This goes into there. So once it's cooled, we go into here. And from there we go back, and this is gonna cool the steam turbine, which we actually also already can set up, right? Yeah, should be possible. Like so. Out of gold, plastic, yes. Okay. I'm just gonna dig out a little bit here to make sure that we can go in. We need a bridge as well. We go over here. And then this needs to be a radiant pipe. Make it out of gold to cool that part down. And then from there we go back with insulated pipes. Like so. And then this comes from somewhere else. In the meantime, our batteries are all full, it seems. So that's perfect. We have something like 1 megajoule of energy here. 1000 kilojoules. We actually need one more thing that I almost forgot, and that's also the output of the steam vent. So we need to have a plumbing, a liquid vent on top of the volcano. Let's make it out of gold amalgam, I guess. And from there, I want to go like this, and then we go like so. And there's a bridge down here, and I'm actually going to make also an injection port for liquids in case we need it at the bottom. So I'm just going to make it like that and like this, and if we put something in here, it's also going to go down into the area. Yeah, that should be solid. So I think everything in here is built. We can set this to all, but I don't do that yet because it's not powered. We have our conveyor rail temperature sensor now as well. So if, let me see, the temperature is still very high, then this should be green, because we say green means you can go through, and if this gets red, then we just pass by. So green if we are above 180 degrees. If we're still above 180 degrees, then we go through this shutoff and it will block new materials from leaving here, and we go through here until we are cool enough, until the steam engine has eaten all of the heat, and then we're good to go. So that, I think that also means that we can just start closing this off, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna make any wallpapers or something like that. So let's just do it like this. 400 and a bit, so this is gonna be about 100 kilograms of pressure per tile, which is fine, I guess. It seems like Frankie is starving, and that seems to be because we've ran out of omelets. So instead of omelets, we're going to actually add now barbecue, of which we have quite a bit actually. We have, yeah, 425,000 kilocalories. A lot of it's coming from our farm here, of course. Oh, we have 6 in here instead of 7. Let me see. We need to grab one wrangle so he comes over. Alright, we're starting to make the top chamber here. I don't really care that much what gases are in here. Oh, this is unreachable. Wait, we need to make a ladder here. That is very important, actually. Otherwise we can never make this. And this conveyor rail, I'm just gonna let it drop up here for now. Gonna do that with a slightly lower priority as a 6, because I want to have the rest done first. And we need to, of course, make our power cable connect. So let's do that. We're just gonna go down here, just bring it over, and then we go down, like so. And once this is connected, then this is set up, and this should be ready to go. 420, yeah, the water is fine. This will lead to 100 kilograms per tile of water, of steam, I mean, once it's done, which is perfectly fine. We're going to move this pipe outside, and for now I just want to have it circle around. And this looks a little bit weird, but I want to have the pipe accessible outside of this room so that I can enlarge the cycle. Because this echo tuner is not going to just cool this steam turbine, it's going to cool down many steam turbines. In order to get some water, I'm going to use salt water for the cooling. Salt water goes for freeze point of -7.5, so it goes a little bit lower than regular water, and vaporization point is 99.7. Heat capacity is almost the same as regular water, 4.1, and this is 4.179, so it's not that big of a deal, and we have a lot more salt water. It is a bit hotter, but we have an aqua tuner to deal with that. Okay, and then we need to set up a liquid pump here, like so. I mean, it can be normal pipes through the opening and jump over. We are going to fill up the liquid reservoir a bit first before we go do something else. And this one also has to be powered, of course, like so. So I think everything is powered now, which is nice. So if I set this to everything, yeah, then we should already see everything being shipped out. It is not hot or something, so it won't be cooled down, and it should just flow through here and go up to here. Yeah, that's nice. And then our water is coming in. It is a bit warm. Not really a big issue though. Let's dig out this as well. Make sure we have plenty of liquids coming in here. As I said, I disconnected this pipe. This water will go through the aqua tuner, so this will draw some power. The aqua tuner is not a low power machine, so you see that it is drawing quite a bit of power. But we should be good for a whole while. Where is Nails? Why is Nails idle? What are you doing? Schedule. You have work to do, Missy. Why are you not doing this? Insufficient resource. We don't have igneous rock here? Say what? Are you kidding me? That cannot be. I used all of the No, this all says 0. Something is wrong. We don't have... Oh. Worn atmosuits. We need to repair our atmosuits. Why? Oh my god. There is an atmosuit there. Okay, so this here needs to be a 9, and this also has to be a 9. I need to fill them. So if we disable this building, yeah. I guess we didn't pay enough attention here, and this also needs to be built, but I guess she already did that. But we really need to prioritize doing that. Now she's outside without an atmosuit, so it is what it is. Okay, move here. Then we enable this building. Okay. She didn't care. Oh, she first put this in here. Okay, that's okay. I think... Wait, what? 51 kilograms of oxygen. What is going on? Where are you? Oh, she did bring back... Are you kidding me? Why drop this here? Where are you going? Going to dig. No, 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 no. Bring it in. View interior. This also at a 9. Otherwise you don't... Okay. It's active. Ah, we're back into an atmosuit. Thank God. That went a bit wrong. I was already wondering what's going on here. I see that this is now full, so we can cut off this here, and then we can reconnect this insulated pipe. And then once we have these pipes built, finally, we will have a cycle. And the batteries, oh, 50% already. They took a hit. They definitely took a hit. Alright, that is all in. So the water is now cycling through. No new water comes in, so that's good. But we are gonna draw more power. And this pipe should, of course, completely fill up. Actually, one package went past it. Okay. We are clearing out this room now. Very nice. I have to keep an eye on these batteries. They are draining fast, and it is getting night, so that's actually gonna drain it even faster. Okay, batteries are at 35% and the water is at 26 degrees, so it might be that we get to the 20 degrees that we want to reach, actually. So that's not bad. We just need to close the room here. We do need to go here before this one wakes up though. We do need to go a little bit down again, same as we had before here, to make sure that everything we do is underwater. We dig into here, and then here we do basically a little bit of the same thing, but except for we don't need an aqua tuner, but we are gonna use igneous rock. And let's see, we're gonna do like that, that, and then this is the last one. We have 4. So here's gonna be where we go over. Let me see, shipping. I mean, we don't have enough steel anyway. So let's make this out of gold for now. We want to have it like so. Let me pause it. Then this one there, this one there. We have a thermosensor there, and I think that's already it. Automation, we can do like this. Yeah, I think that's already okay. And then we just have to make sure that I think we have our heavy one joint plate here, right? Yeah, here, there, and there. That's where they are. So, like so. And I guess I want to not build this one yet, so I can stand on there. And the rest can all be dugouts. Alright, and Golsine, in the meantime, we are cleaning out this here. This was, of course, the room where there were a lot of zombie spores, and we're just destroying everything, and I'm also doing the same on this side. We still have... Do we still have zombie spores? We still have some zombie spores, so 12,000. So yeah, just cleaning it all up. In the meantime, we... well, Bonnie did an amazing job cleaning everything out here. So we will have a lot of space to work with. I still have to think how I'm gonna work with this. I think do I want to pump this all out? Because if we have this room completely pumped out, then it will be only natural gas in here, which would be an advantage, I think. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it for now. Or I'm just gonna turn this on and then see what happens. What I do want to do is add a transit tube access point through here. So I want to make sure that we can get through here via a transit tube instead of going through this opening here. So I want to make complete separation of these areas. Maybe leave this vent outside of the area, because I only want to have oil vents at the bottom. So this is gonna go like something like this, I guess, but then I need to complete this line also. I need to see, can I build all of this from the bottom? It seems like it. So I can do like this, and then maybe I'll add also a couple of tiles on top to make sure it doesn't overflow. And then I'm just gonna start filling all of this in to push all the water over. On Havanilios, we've also been digging out a lot. We have 2 volcanoes here. And what I also want to do here is the same as on Grosini. I want to make a separation layer. And I think I want to do that on the next step down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna have the layer here, which is gonna go through everything. And then we get to these volcanoes, and I think I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to go like this. And then here we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this. And then maybe to make it nicer, I'll just do like this. So that's gonna be the separation. We're gonna make this down. This ladder can go down. We're making a lot of progress here. I'm gonna make a couple of ladders here as well, so we can climb up there. And of course, this is now all as a 7, but this can all be a 5. So I'm gonna change all of that. Of course, we have to also build down to get there, and then dig out a 2 high layer all the way through, even through the neutronium, to make sure we have room to work. There. That'll give them a lot of jobs to continue here. Right, the geyser is 3.8 cycles away, and we actually finished a lot of the second tamer, including the cooling loop. So we're going to connect that there. And then once this is empty, we can connect this as well, so we can deconstruct this here. And that means we now have a bigger loop, which should still be fine, because we have a little bit of extra water in here. If we need more, then we can always add more, of course. But it doesn't seem necessary just yet. And for the rest, of course, we do need the steel. I don't know if I would fly to the main planetoid and back if I would be back in time. I'd rather just wait until the next time it's dormant. And then maybe these gold volcanoes are also dormant. And maybe I found the copper volcano by then. I don't think it's anywhere at the top here, so we have to look deeper. There's something here. There's also something here. This is suspicious. And here we also have uranium ore, so if we look at radiation, yeah, there's some radiation here. It's not that much because this is not refined uranium, enriched uranium, so we should be able to get in here as well. I'm interested what this is actually. But yeah, so a little bit more to go, 3.4 cycles, and then I'll be back, and then we should see this finally working, and we will see some aluminum coming out, all free of charge. Ah, we actually missed our first eruption here, 405 kilograms of aluminum ore. 0.5 cycles, it should erupt again. 0.4, so let's wait for that. In the meantime, this is set up and I'm already working towards this one. Let's make sure that this one doesn't get any oxygen in it. That would be a little bit annoying. Oh, I can actually build this one here through the wall. That isn't too bad. Okay, that should be okay. We have a vacuum here. Do we? We do, right? Oxygen. Wait a minute. Why is there oxygen in here? Oxygen. Alright. We need to fix that. Let's make tiles. Granites. Igneous rock is okay. Igneous rock. Let's fill that up. I don't know why there's oxygen here. Was there oxalite? It doesn't look like it. Okay. So now they're free again. Vacuum, nice. So we can do like so. And then dig out this one. How far are we? Don't miss it again. 11 seconds. Okay, here we go. Let's slow this down. So it erupts. That raises the temperature of the water. As you can see, 84, 86, 87, 90. There's our first steam. 98, 105. We are getting steam. It's not hot yet enough for the steam geyser. 114. It's getting very close. So the aluminum is... Oh, there we go. We're producing a little bit of power already from this aluminum volcano. So yeah, this actually is also generating power for us. If we look at the rails, we have very hot aluminum on here, 300 degrees. So most of it is just cycled through. And once it's the temperature is low enough, it'll go out. So yeah, it is taking a while for the aluminum to get to a lower temperature. But you can see here that, where is it? Aluminum 94 degrees. Well, it is also cooled by the water, I guess. 200 should come out of here below 180. 190. I mean, the volcano, it erupts so little that this is fine that it's cycling a couple times. I don't think it will back up. And if it does, I think just the steam turbine will be hotter. So I think we are good to go here. And that is basically also what I wanted to show in this episode. So here you can see our refined metal volcano in action. We still need to cool down the aluminum that comes out a little bit more. We have 200 and almost 300 kilograms. Let me make sure to also mark that down. Not the ore, but the aluminum. here. So slowly we will be getting this more and more, all for free. We have 105 kilograms of steam, just perfect. So yeah, we can just let this run and we get more and more aluminum. So how is this here? We are vacuum. Okay, we have filled this in, perfect. So that means we can continue building this one as well. This can be opened up. Yes, this is a vacuum now. That, yep. And once those are in, we can fill this in again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be enough space. We already have a lot of refined metal, refined gold here. Is that also here? Oh yeah, you just get refined gold around here. Wow, that's nice. But yeah, this one is still idle. Once it's dormant, we can do more with it. But I'm not gonna touch a metal volcano while it's active. That's just asking for problems. Alright, that was it for this pretty long episode. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and see you in the next video.